Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. In today's video, we are going to understand HIRA, which stands for Hazard Identification and Risk Assessment in a very simple, practical and easy to follow way. This is a very important concept, especially for safety officers, engineers, supervisors and anyone working in industrial environments. Whether you are in construction, manufacturing, oil and gas, or any other field, understanding HIRA can help you create a safer workplace. So, let's get started. First, what is HIRA? HIRA stands for Hazard Identification and Risk Assessment. It is a systematic and structured process used to identify potential hazards, evaluate the risks associated with those hazards, and implement appropriate control measures to prevent accidents, injuries, and losses. Now let's break HIRA into two main parts so that it becomes easier to understand. The first part is hazard identification. A hazard is anything that has the potential to cause harm. This harm can be in the form of injury to people, damage to property, or even environmental damage. Hazards are present in almost every workplace, but the key is to recognize them before they cause any incident. Some common examples of hazards include moving machinery, which can cause cuts or entanglement, chemical exposure, which can lead to burns or health issues, working at height, where there is a risk of falling, and electrical hazards, which can result in shocks or fires. Hazard identification involves carefully observing the workplace, understanding the processes, and identifying anything that could go wrong. This step requires awareness, experience, and attention to detail. Now let's move to the second part, which is risk assessment. Risk refers to the chance or probability that a hazard will actually cause harm, along with how severe that harm could be. In simple terms, risk is a combination of likelihood and severity. We can express it with a simple formula. Risk equals likelihood times severity. Likelihood means how likely it is that an incident will occur, while severity refers to how serious the consequences would be if it does occur. After identifying hazards, we assess the level of risk associated with each hazard. This is often done using a tool called a risk matrix, which helps categorize risks as low, medium, or high based on their likelihood and severity. Once we know the level of risk, the next step is to decide on appropriate control measures to reduce or eliminate that risk. These control measures follow a standard hierarchy, which is very important to understand. The first and most effective control is elimination. This means completely removing the hazard from the workplace. If there is no hazard, there is no risk. The second is substitution. This involves replacing a hazardous process or material with something less dangerous. The third is engineering controls. These are physical changes to the workplace, such as installing guards on machines, using ventilation systems, or isolating hazardous areas. The fourth is administrative controls. These include procedures, training, warning signs, and work permits that help reduce exposure to hazards. Finally, the last level is personal protective equipment or PPE. This includes items like helmets, gloves, safety glasses, and harnesses. PPE is considered the last line of defense because it does not eliminate the hazard, but only protects the worker. Now let's understand HIRA with a simple example. Imagine a worker is working at height without proper guardrails. In this situation, the hazard is falling from height. The risk is that the worker could suffer serious injuries or even a fatal accident. So, what control measures can we apply? First, we can install guardrails to prevent falls. This is an engineering control. Next, we can ensure the worker uses a safety harness, which is PPE. We can also provide proper training and supervision, which are administrative controls. This is a simple example of how HIRA works in real life. Now the question is, why is HIRA so important? HIRA plays a crucial role in preventing accidents before they happen. Instead of reacting after an incident occurs, HIRA helps us take proactive steps to identify and control risks in advance. It helps reduce injuries and fatalities, improves overall workplace safety, and creates a safety-conscious environment among workers. It also helps organizations comply with legal and regulatory requirements, which is very important in industries. HIRA is widely used in many sectors, including manufacturing plants, construction sites, oil and gas industries, and during safety audits and inspections. It is not just a one-time activity, but a continuous process. Workplaces change, new equipment is introduced, and processes evolve, so hazards and risks must be reviewed regularly. So always remember this simple approach. Identify the hazard, assess the risk, and control it before it causes harm. In the next video, we will learn how to prepare a complete HIRA table step by step, along with real industrial examples to make it even clearer. If you found this explanation useful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching.